Good morning. When Mike suggested we nominate Senator Nelson for this award, I was actually surprised he hadn't already received it. I've spent little of my life in the state of Florida, but knew of Senator Nelson and his efforts for many, many years. He's obviously been highly visible for NASA, but you should also know that in his various committee assignments, he's been a strong advocate for basic research for the NIH, the EPA, the DoD, and that's both the intramural and the extramural programs. He really could not have been more succinct when he said on the floor of the Senate, we need to give the scientists the tools and the ability to tell us what they've observed. So for 26 years in the House and the Senate, he's been an incredibly strong advocate for science, and all of us are better off for that. So I join my colleagues for the University of Florida, Dr. David Norton and Dr. Sudeep Sukkar from the University of South Florida, in thanking him today. Senator Nelson.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Do you want me to talk first? My hair was a lot darker. You know, every one of us all have concluded the same thing. And yet, why is it so hard? Why is it that STEM, science and technology and engineering and mathematics, it's a constant battle in order to get the funding? Why was NIH cut so that Dr. Francis Collins 3 years ago had to stop 700 medical research grants that he was sending out across the country? This is the battle that we have. And yet we are in the age of science and technology. It has been an exciting age, and we have certainly learned from it. For example, think about the generation of kids, my generation, that were inspired to be engineers and mathematicians and scientists from what was being accomplished in the human space program and going to the moon. And that's well over 4 decades ago. And yet we still think of it as such an extraordinary accomplishment. If you happen to have any time to go to the movies, I recommend The Martian. Matt Damon is left on Mars, and he has to, as a scientist, be creative. It is not science fiction. It is a science fact projected movie as we are now going to Mars with humans in the decade of the 2030s. And the 3 universities represented here that have so kindly made this award, you take an example of their research. The University of Florida is working on plants in space, just one of thousands of projects. Florida State is developing a foam that will help us be safer, as in car doors or in football helmets. USF is working on a bacteria that just threatens all of our existence along the coast, called red tide. So thank you for what you're doing. Keep up the pressure, and we are going to Mars. Thank you.